As the Walleye fire it off the near boards and all the way down the ice. Nearly 2 minutes gone in the opening period. 18:08 to play in the first. No score as the Clones look to set back up here in the offensive zone. John Wiedela back in behind the goal. Puck gets knocked down and will be misplayed by the Walleye on the far side. Gathering it was Josh Winquist. He'll leave it behind the goal for Dylan Zink. Zink sets up the breakout here for the Walleye. Up the far wing side, Toledo slides it down the ice. Michael Hauser tried to flip it off into the corner. It rolls up top. Here's Zink in the high slot for a shot that goes off the foot of Josh Winquist. Thrown out to center for Cody Milan up the left side. Milan enters the zone. 75 has really come on strong here in the last couple of seasons. I think thanks in large part to last year's success for the Clones and Walleye in the regular season, and also that second round playoff series and where the Walleye took down Cincinnati. As Schultz from the right side fires one on, kicked out by Larson, rolls back up top for a blast by Connor Schmidt. That sails wide of the net. Picked up and played by Shane Burschbeck. Rimmed around the wall. There's Bassan on the far side. Justin Vive trying to keep it down low. Bassan plays it off the boards, fires across to Johnson. Back up to Bassan, finds a lane, trying to come down the slot as he gets hooked up. Offensive change. Mitchell, Wiedela, and Angeli come on. Pascal Akin recalled to Rochester, so his service is not available on the power play. Cyclones dump the puck in. That's Wiedela. Here's Derek Angeli. In below the goal line, puck rolled up top to Bassan. He'll keep the puck in, take it back to the right side, and throw it back in behind the goal. Mitchell to Bassan, right circle. In the high slot, DeBrincat over to the far side. Angeli pulls the trigger. It was blocked in the far circle, and Gluchowski got in the way of that one. Puck picked up and played by the Walleye and fired down the ice with 42 seconds to go on the Cyclone power play. 14 and a half left in the first. Here comes Hensick. He's got bonus. Hensick shooting, turned aside by Hauser, and the rebound swept away up top to Jesse Schultz. Schultz bumped off the puck. The Walleye keep it down low, but right in below the goal line was Matt Spencer, who starts back up here for Cincinnati. Spencer in over the blue line down the right wing side. In behind the net, takes it all the way back to the far corner. Ties it up against the wall, and now pinning the puck against the boards is Gluchowski along with Schultz. Cyclones try to work it free. Derek Angeli battling for the puck along with Dylan Zink, and the Walleye throw it out to center. Jimmy Lodge in over the blue line, just on side as he'll fire one wide. It's picked up at the near half wall and forced back up top. Schultz will intercept it and clear it up the ice. Cincinnati brings it back in. Here comes Mason Mitchell. Mitchell to the near corner, leaves it for Nate Mitten as he'll battle forward to the near corner. Mitten, now Mitchell comes away. He's still tied up back in behind the net. Mitten wraparound attempt on goal, and Larson and back in for Kyle Bonus. Bonus along the end goal line, collected by Schmidt, and ahead now for Cody Milan. Flips it high in the air where it's gloved down by Gluchowski and played back to the near side for Dylan Zink. Zink up through neutral, finding Jimmy Lodge, who dips the puck into the offensive zone. Cincinnati able to retain possession and clear it away. Beaudry lofting one on net, blocker down by Larson and played off the wall by Justin Vive. Vive finds Johnson, who in turn finds Schultz, dropping it back to Johnson, who throws it up top to Beaudry for a long drive on goal. Ben Johnson stands in, flanked by Schultz and Vive, winning it back to Spencer. On the left side, Spencer through traffic, misses everything, goes off the end glass, back up top where it's kept alive by Beaudry and thrown down the boards. Beaudry picks it off up top once again, drops it down to Schultz. It's kept alive momentarily, but the Walleye able to clear it away as Gregor McLeod brings it up the ice. McLeod on the far, now to the near side for Kevin Spinozzi. Spinozzi up the middle, knocked down by Vale at the blue line. Walleye get it back, and Gluchowski brings it in. Dropping it here for Geardukas, who overskates the puck. And Jesse Schultz collects it here for the Cyclones and gets it ahead to Vale, who chips it into the offensive zone. Schultz will give chase. He's beat by Dylan Zink, but misplayed off the inboard. Freddie Gerard collects it for Cincinnati. Schultz lost the handle. Geardukas up the far side, played by TJ Hensick, and the Walleye have some space in the neutral zone. Both teams completing changes. Hensick trying to fire it up the ice. Icing here waved off and picked up stages. So period number one. Offensive zone face-off for the Walleye. Since he wins it, Frank Hora drops it back here for Connor Schmidt. Schmidt up the far boards. Ben Johnson deflects the puck into the offensive zone and played back in behind the net. Jesse Schultz, Justin Vibe trying to fight for it, but it's taken away by Gluchowski and battled for in the far corner. Rolled up top, Frank Hora driving one that sails wide of the net. It comes off the inboards, and Burschbeck will fire it off the glass and back out to neutral. Hora drops it for Schmidt. Up the middle, Ben Johnson to Vive and back to Hora. Up to Vive, or he tips it into the offensive zone. Down the left-hand side, it's picked up in below the goal line. 4.5 to go here in the first period. Still looking for our first goal. Josh Winquist down the left wing. Threw it into the middle. Picked off by... Stands in for the face-off. Ben Johnson across from him. Pretty big loss for the Clones over the next 2 minutes as Wiedela, one of your top penalty killers, sitting in the box. Nolan Gluchowski sets up the breakout from the walleye zone. Here comes Toledo back in. Over the blue line, tipped down low to the near corner by Winquist. Nate Mitten beats him with the puck. Winquist picks it up though. Here's Hensick. Fires it up top. Gluchowski. Back to Hensick, left circle. Stick handles and backs out toward the half wall. Feeds it up top. Gluchowski shooting through traffic. And the rebound off the side of the net. Wraparound try. What a stop by Matt Spencer. Michael Angeli comes in for the face-off. One back by the walleye. Winquist. Over to Gluchowski and back. Here's Winquist. Backs out left wall. Up top to Gluchowski. Across Hensick shooting a high rising shot over top of the net. DeBrincat ties it up in that far corner. Kyle Bonus digs it off the wall. Played right to Angeli, who chips it off the far glass at neutral and all the way down the ice. 3:02 to play in the period. Cyclones have 50 seconds to go on their penalty kill. Here come the walleye up through neutral. Gluchowski with the drop pass, bringing it back. Face off to be taken by Brady Vale. Cyclones load the box. And this one will be taken here by Toledo. Walleye can't hold it in. Brady Vale back up through neutral. Across to Nate Mitten trying for the give and go with Brady Vale. And that puck goes off into the near corner. Ends up below the goal line as Dylan Zink will take over. Came toward the front of the net. John Wiedela slipping and falling as he couldn't pick up the puck on the far side of the cage. 1 minute has gone here in the period. No scores still as Toledo back in the offensive zone. Nolan Gluchowski in the left corner losing the puck. Brady Vale collects it as he'll backhand it off to DeBrincat. Up the near side, here comes Bisson. Up the boards, Bisson throws it across looking for Milan. It's played off the wall by Hensick and down the far side of the ice. Picked up by DeBrincat. Rolling it back out to center, and the walleye will regroup. Nolan Gluchowski up the near boards as he'll drop it back behind him for Spinozzi. This one's sent in. Michael Hauser comes out to play it. One back here by Toledo. Picking it up off the draw and firing a shot high was McLeod. Walleye throw one toward the net. Cyclones knock it down. Here comes a 3-on-2. Mason Mitchell down the right side. Angeli shooting off the shoulder of Larson. Knocked down by a Frank Hora high stick. And the walleye will touch the puck. Will play on. Back to the near side. Mason Mitchell to Angeli. Sharp angle. Knocked down by Larson. And Nate of a 6-1 loss. And he looked pretty good yesterday, I thought, in the contest. Couple shots that, not going to lie, Buffalo probably could have given him a bit more help on. But for a rookie who's had a couple of injury issues over the last couple of years, I think he did pretty well in his first full NHL game. Walleye setting up the offense as a centering feed from Jimmy Lodge, looking for Vela on the back door, and that pass got deflected. Toledo keeps it in. Vela, high slot shooting. That'll deflect wide of the cage, and we're going to have a penalty called here on Toledo. So, little delay off the draw. Now we're set to go. Angeli wings it back to Wiedela, drops it off to Mitchell for a shot knocked down by Larson. Mason Mitchell below the goal line for Angeli. Scoops it up top. This is Bisson. On the right wing side, Toby Bisson against Bonus. Now along the goal line. In below the cage, Mitchell off to Angeli. Left circle. Mitchell breaks his stick on that pass. DeBrincat back to Angeli. Rink wide across, played off the body of Bisson, but it's picked up and fired down the ice there by the walleye. Cincy goes off for a line change, partial line change anyway, as John Wiedela stays on. Justin Vive comes out, and the walleye will fire it up the ice. Now the Clones go off to complete the change. 13:56 to go in the period. Derek Angeli looking for Beaudry. Gerdukis forcing Beaudry all the way back into his own end. And now the Cyclones will start back up ice. Justin Beaudry across to Vale in the Cyclones offensive zone. Brady Vale on the draw. One back here to Gluchowski. And the Walleye will flip it out to center ice. Connor Schmidt knocked it down. And this one rattled back in below the goal line. Nolan Gluchowski there once again for Toledo. Walleye setting up their breakout from behind the goal. Here comes Toledo up through center. From the red line, fired up the wing, picked off and brought back away by Cody Milan. Milan sidesteps his way into the offensive zone. A penalty coming here to Toledo. Stops it in behind Michael Hauser. 11:09 to go in the second. 1:25 left on the Cyclone power play. Ben Johnson with some speed. Weaves his way into the offensive zone. Drops it off to Vibe. Threw it in front. Got picked off by Hillman. He'll blast it back down the ice as both teams will turn off for their first changes on this special teams play. 1:09 to go on the Cyclone +1. Basson starts the breakout for Cincinnati. Up the right side, north of the Cyclone logo at center. Gains the blue line, fires it into the corner. Tracks it down, gets it across to Angeli, who ties it up in the near corner. Angeli backhanded it out in front. Knocked down by Wheeling, by Toledo, as Kevin Spinozzi, formerly of Wheeling, will fire it down the ice. Michael Hauser stops it. Power play. Cincinnati now 0 for 3 on the man advantage today. Walleye only with one power play thus far. Here comes Nate Mitten. Back up the left wing side. Stopped at the half wall. Walleye fire it back out to center as Frank Hora gets it up to Milan. Now down to the near side. Nate Mitten in the near corner. Spins away from pressure as Shane Burschbeck will force the turnover. Dug off the wall, feeds it to Dastu, who's trapped behind the net. Finds the outlet feed up the near side for Kessner, but Frank Hora knocks the puck off his stick and will throw it once again behind the goal line. 9 minutes to go here in the period. Walleye back into the offensive zone. Burschbeck throws it across the near side as McLeod plays it back to the near corner. He's out to play it. Off to Frank Hora. 6:20 to play in the period. Frank Hora starts back up the right wing side, looking for the long outlet feed, glove down and dropped here by Angeli. In the right corner, Angeli pinned against the boards by Alex Crum. Puck comes off the wall. Cyclones keep it alive. Up top, Connor Schmidt shooting, and that's glove down. Tied up off the draw, controlled here by Toledo, Marcus Vela. Around to the near side. Walleye will lift it down the ice. Frank Hora on his horse, and we'll have Walleye broadcaster, Toledo Mud Hen broadcaster as well, will join me. We'll talk about this Toledo squad and where they sit right now after dropping 5 of 6. Then they won 4 in a row, and now they've lost their last game against the Indy Sunday for our Meyer Kids Club game. Kids Club members can come onto the ice after the game and paint as a part of our Kids Paint the Ice promotion. 513-421-7825 for tickets and more info, and also to be a part of the Kids Club for just $15. Whole lot of stuff coming in your Kids Club package. Only $15. 513-421-7825 for tickets and more info. That's next weekend, Nickelodeon weekend. SpongeBob Friday, TMNT on Saturday, and Paw Patrol on Sunday. Cyclones here in the offensive zone. Derek Angeli pinned against the boards. Mason Mitchell plays it off the wall, turns it back up top. There's Schmidt. Connor Schmidt rolls it down low, threw it in front. Matt Spencer on the near side as he tried to go off the back of Larson. Cincinnati resets it up top. There's Spencer. In behind the cage, Mason Mitchell throws it in front in the slot, near circle, but he couldn't pull the trigger as he had a man draped all over him. Dropped it off to Frank Hora, but Marcus Vela forcing the turnover, and this one rolls out to neutral. Cyclones had to wait on the tag up, so Mitchell fires it in, and the Clones turn off for a change. 3 1/4 to play in the second. Jimmy Lodge tips. Hauser can't touch it. It's trapped in that forbidden zone in the near corner, so Basson comes down and will take over. Right up the gut through the logo. Basson in, shooting wide of the net as Ben Johnson here in the building. Always appreciate that. Face-off tied up and ultimately controlled here by the Walleye, and it's pushed down the ice by Kessner. Michael Hauser stops it here to Beaudry. Leaves it for Ben Johnson. Johnson backhands it up the left side. Brady Vale chasing after it. Last minute of play in the period. Here's Ben Johnson. Near corner as he tried to roll it up top. Stolen away by Kessner. A 2-on-1 shorthanded. Kessner on the far side. Fired high and wide by Winquist by Toledo. And ending up below the goal line, Connor Schmidt. Played it off the wall. The Walleye will battle for it along the end boards. Marcus Vela drops it back to the near side as it's rolled up top in the slot. Looking for it was Alex Crom. And the puck floats back to the near wing wall as Nate Mitten will flip it out the center. Glove down by Gluchowski. And all the way back up ahead, Marcus Vela tips it into the offensive zone. Cyclones force it right back out. That was John Wiedela. And this one flipped in ahead by Toledo. Both teams completing changes. Cody Milan guides his man into the wall, into the corner, as chasing after it, Josh Kessner. Kessner lost the handle, rolls up top. Gluchowski fires. That'll sail well wide of the net. Take a lively hop off the inboards and roll all the way down, back in behind Philip Larson. Big hit below the goal line as Mason Mitchell and Dylan Zink will collide behind the net. Zink will tie it up near side. Angeli plays it off the wall. Nate Mitten had it in front. Mitten gets it back, turns it on net, and that one tips right into the pads of Larson. Cyclones keep it, they shoot and score! Toward the front of the net, but the puck rolled back into the far side as Josh Kessner had to go get it. Worked back up top, shooting one was Gluchowski, blocked in front, and the rebound was gathered and fired wide of the cage. Back now for Dylan Zink, and a shot that'll be flown high over cage. Ben Johnson, drop pass to Mitten, left side, breaks his stick on the shot, and he'll tie it up in below the goal line. Cyclones come off for a partial change. Mason Mitchell trying to keep it alive. It rolled up top. Frank Hora does, but he threw it right to a waiting Walleye player. Toledo up the far side. Frank Hora racing after it in the right corner of the Cyclone defensive end. 14.5 to go here in the third period. Derek Angeli has just tied the game at a goal apiece. In behind the cage, Frank Hora battling for it here in the Cyclone zone. Connor Schmidt off to Freddie Girard. Girard across to Hora and up the wing, intercepted by Toledo and brought back over by Gluchowski, but Walleye on the offensive attack. Here comes Winquist up the near side, dropped it behind him. Puck was stolen away by Johnson as he'll force it back down the ice. Toledo will pick it up as both teams come off for partial changes. Pass through neutral, tipped into the Cyclone zone. It's picked up in the near corner as Dylan Zink will tangle with Jesse Schultz for it. Schultz, good body positioning, played off the boards. Kessner up top, Gluchowski sidesteps a diving Mason Mitchell. Back to the near side for Kessner for a shot, and that's turned away. Delayed penalty coming here on the Cyclone penalty kill. Something must have happened behind the play. Brady Vale skating off, got tangled up with a Walleye player. Fans weren't happy with that. Winquist over the blue line to Bonis for a shot. Turned aside by Hauser, and crashing the net was Gluchowski, but he couldn't control the rebound. Toledo resets it up top. Dastu through traffic, turned aside by Hauser. Puck pushed off onto the right side. Girard couldn't clear. Knocked down by Bonis. Slid across. Here is Gluchowski. Up top, one-timer. Dastu blocked by the skate of Bassan and picked up by Girard. Here he comes up the left side. Girard bouncing the puck in on goal. Saved by Larson. Ashton Walleye tied at 1. They'll meet twice more this weekend, tomorrow and Sunday. And then again in 2 weeks for a pair of games on a Friday, Sunday. Offensive zone face-off here for Toledo. Frank Hora wins it, but got it off the win and flipped it down the ice. Glove down here by Gluchowski. Cyclones can't keep it. Josh Kessner drops it here for Gluchowski. Vale hounding him. Gluchowski up the right side, trying to toe drag around Hora, but there was Brady Vale to steal the puck from behind. Cody Milan trying to lead Frank Hora, racing up the right side. Hora ties it up near corner. Cyclones going left to right. 8 minutes to play here in the third. Brady Vale, left wing side, trying to fire it down low. It bounces off of a Toledo Walleye skate. And back down the ice to Brinkett. Cross from Gregor McLeod. Face off, one back here by the Clones. Johnson to Bassan, across for DeBrincat, as he'll drop the pass back for Toby Bassan. Up the far wing side, tied up by Justin Vive. Now Ben Johnson is there, but Schultz, Dean. Left here in the period. Face off, one back here by Cincinnati, but the Walleye will take it and flip it down the ice, and this will be another icing here of the greatest institution of higher learning. Definitely in the state of Ohio, but maybe even in America. Bowling Green State University, home of the Falcons. My Falcons. Here's Ben Johnson on the far side, trying to turn it toward the net into going off the boards. Here's DeBrincat below the goal line as he'll leave it for Justin Vive, the captain. Works against a pair of Walleye players. Crom comes in along with Dylan Zink. Cincinnati to the blue line, kept in by Schultz and rimmed back behind the net. 5.5 to go in the third. We're all even at 1. Here comes Toledo through center. Over the blue line, Crom threw it toward the net, and Vela couldn't pick it up. Neutral ice where it's gobbled up by Spencer. He'll backtrack into his own end. Spencer up the far side. Nate Mitten up the wing, chips it hard off the glass and back in behind the net. Kyle Bonus out to center. Nolan Gluchowski for Gearduckus. Cyclones knock it down. Angeli lets it go for Nate Mitten, but he overskates the puck. Angeli fires it in. Cyclones tag up and will turn off. 3:23 left here in the period. 1-1, we're even. Walleye rifle it down the ice. Matt Spencer backhands it out of the defensive end. Toledo goes D to D in the neutral zone. Gluchowski across to Kotick. He'll gain the red line, fire it in. Matt Spencer across to Beaudry. Up the middle. One back here by Vale. Bassan up the left side, rolls it into the near corner. Played off the boards. And the puck up in the air, knocked down by Brady Vale. Chasing it down low to the near corner. Vale lost the handle, intercepted by the Walleye. Here's a call. 9 to play here in the period. Johnson lost the draw. Gluchowski around to the near side. Berschbeck up the wing. Blake Hillman through neutral. Winquist in below the goal line. Hauser comes out to play it. Back to the near side for DeBrincat. DeBrincat lost the puck. It came out toward the front of the net. Walleye extra attacker is on. Gluck through neutral. Throws it into the far corner. Frank Hora. This one sent all the way back into the offensive end for the Clones. Down the wing, Mason Mitchell goes hard against the inboards. 38 seconds to play in the period. 2-2, we're tied. 29-24 shots. Beaudry to the near side. Spencer into the corner. Mitchell, right wing side, pushed off the puck. We're going to play on. Spencer pinching in from the blue line, rimmed around the wall. Beaudry goes to save it on the far half wall. In behind the goal line, Nate Mitten behind the net. Mitten, loose puck coming in front. Spencer couldn't put it on goal. 10 seconds to play in the period. Toledo flips it out to center with 5 to go. Driven in by Beaudry, and that's going to do it here for regulation. Johnson and Winquist on the face-off. One back, Nolan Gluchowski, center point. Here's Berschbeck near circle. Back up to Gluchowski. Down low to the far corner. Kestner to Winquist. Back to Kestner. Over to Winquist. Left wing circle. Kestner, high slot. Shooting one on. Nolan.